Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to TaxBulldog. In this video, this is my first annual update on the TaxBulldog channel. This is November 2017 and I started this channel back in October 2016. It's been a little while since I posted a video here. Since mid-June 2017, I got tied up in a few projects and was sidetracked. Now I'm getting back to this. I'll try to make this brief and I'll tell you about myself, my background and experience, and how I help taxpayers solve their tax issues with the IRS and state and collection and audit matters on their own or with professional help. I will briefly outline the videos I will be bringing out in the future to help taxpayers solve their tax debt and audit issues. There are also many helpful videos from the IRS on YouTube at this link. I'll put this in the description below. Now, many states have online videos also, whether here or on YouTube or on their own websites. To follow along with my videos on the IRS Offer and Compromise program, you can find a copy of my book, /IRS Back Taxes, at this link. I'll put this in the description below. About myself, and I'll try to be brief. I completed a 4-year college degree in business administration, and I served as student council president. I worked hard and I worked a full-time job and supported a family while pursuing an education, and I participated in leadership in college by serving officer positions on the student council up to being student council president. I came from a relatively poor family, so I had to make my own way, but that is what makes us strong. Now, about my background and experience, after completing college, I went to work as an accountant in a manufacturing company, and I performed staff level, general, and cost accounting duties. After a few years, an opportunity came up with a position with the government as a revenue officer. I took the test and I was hired, and I served as a field agent for 8 years. My goal was not to give taxpayers a difficult time. I wanted to help them resolve their issues and get them back on track in a manner that made it easy for the taxpayer. After 8 years, I decided to go out on my own to help taxpayers in a more effective way. Now, since November 1991, I've been a tax consultant and a taxpayer advocate to help taxpayers resolve their tax issues in an effective and expedient manner. Now, you have to keep in mind that doing anything with government is not a fast and simple process. But with guidance, you can take advantage of unknown options and avoid the pitfalls. And sometimes there are some shortcuts available. In 1993, I passed the test to get a license by the U.S. Treasury as an enrolled agent, known as an EA. That was an extensive test for 2 solid days, 16 hours on strictly tax law. In the year I passed on my first try. That year I tested, only 19% passed nationally on the first try. It is a tough exam designed to provide the best and confident talent for the public. Additionally, one must pass a federal background investigation. Now, I am required to keep my education up to date by getting at least 72 hours of continuing professional education every 3 years and 6 hours of ethics. I renew my license every 3 years, and EAs are subject to review and investigation to be sure we are compliant with the tax laws. Now, through the years, I served in positions with professional organizations, as board member of organizations, as a chairman on chambers of commerce. I've also been a committee member on an IRS practitioner liaison committee at an IRS district level. I've also performed public speaking and taught classes on tax topics in conjunction with private and government organizations. I work with taxpayers to help them resolve their issues in IRS and state collection and audit matters. The government can be confusing, frustrating, and difficult to deal with. I bridge the communication gap between the taxpayer and the government. Having been a revenue officer, I understand what they're looking for and how to explain that to the taxpayer. Now, there is a lot of hype and claims on TV, radio, and the web from firms who claim they can settle your tax debt easily for pennies on the dollar. To make it sound quite easy, while some of it is true, it's not an option available to everyone. Each case is judged on its own merits. Now, you don't want to pay thousands of dollars in fees to end up in the same position simply because you didn't fit into the firm's average client scenario. You want to learn the truth and what your best options are within the confines of law before you make that leap with your money. There are always options to ease your burden that I'll discuss in future videos. The upcoming videos I'll be producing in regards to dealing with tax debt and audit issues are the IRS Offer and Compromise. That's reducing your tax debt for pennies on the dollar. This will be a series that will follow the chapters of my book, so you can follow along with that. To get a copy of my book so you can follow along, go to this link, and I'll put this in the description below. Another is innocent spouse relief, how to not be responsible for a partner's misdeeds. Payroll tax issues for employers and withholding taxes. Trust fund tax issues, how to deal with unpaid employee withholding and sales tax issues. The trust fund recovery penalty. This is assessed against the responsible persons of a business, including officers and some employees, for unpaid employment and or sales taxes. Tax liens, what they are and how they impact you. Levies, what they are and how they impact your immediate financial well-being. People often confuse tax liens and levies because they sound alike. However, the levy is much more immediately devastating. The audit reconsideration. This is an option on how you can reopen an audit that is past the typical amendment or appeals deadlines. Another is statutes of limitations. How long can the IRS collect? How long do tax liens last? What can extend the statutes? And state statutes and how they can last 30 years or more. And I'll have some additional videos. Now in my videos, I'll give tips, tricks, and caveats to be aware of that you may not learn elsewhere. Some tax resolution outfits want to keep it a mystery to increase their value to sell their service. Now it is impossible to cover every single angle and particulars of all cases. That is where specialized help would be required by hiring a professional. If you need to hire a tax professional, see my video on selecting a tax professional to represent you, which is episode 2017-11, at this link. And I'll put this in the description below. Now the IRS also has some great videos at their link in the description below. But be aware, they don't give you all the insights on everything. So in summary, I talked about my background, experience, and my education, the types of videos I'll be producing here to address tax debt and audit issues, and how I help taxpayers resolve their tax issues on their own. My forthcoming videos here on YouTube will show you how. If you have complexities and you need some professional help, I'm here to help you. This is all I do, and I do it well. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this and you learned something from it, please give me a like and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Please subscribe so you can be made aware of my future videos as they come out. These may contain some pertinent topics that you may need at that time. Be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on anything. To find a copy of my book, /IRS Back Taxes, go to this link and it will be in the description below. For further information and resources, please visit my website at TaxBulldog.com. Thank you.